All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Knights Hockey. Tonight's matchup will be your Kansas City Knights versus the Rockhurst Hawklets. Rockhurst enters at 0 and 9. Knights come in at 5-4 and 1, sitting in fourth place. Right behind Midmo, Northwest Arkansas, and Wichita sitting at first at 8-1 and 1. Their one loss coming to this Northwest Arkansas. So Knights looking to catch up a little bit, add a few more points this weekend. We will be in Independence hosting Rockhurst tomorrow morning, 9:45 puck drop. So we'll get out of here late and back at it early in the morning. This is Rockhurst home ice out here at the new Advent Health Sports Park at Blue Hawk Ice Arena. This place is nice. Boy, if you get a chance to come out here and play around. They got video games, bowling, laser tag, simulators, basketball, volleyball courts, indoor soccer, plus an ice rink. And they're looking to build a second one. So, wow, this place is nice. A lot of bleacher seats for anybody coming out to watch some hockey. Knights on a 4-game win streak here with taking 2 from the Saints last weekend and 2 from the Midmo Tigers the weekend before. We're looking to keep this streak going. Heading towards our holiday break here. We'll have 2 more games next week. And then we'll get a week off for Christmas. Waiting on the refs, and nets are in place. Rockhurst is out here ready to go. And while we're waiting, I'm going to set the headphones down and just kind of walk around a minute. We'll be back shortly. Finally got some officials out here on the ice, so 5 minutes on the clock. We'll get started a little late here tonight. Jensen Russo will be in goal for the Knights tonight. Postal Waite will be in goal for Rockhurst. JV2 starting around 7:30 will be on the Facebook page. Playing over at KCIC against the Stars, one of their three teams. JV1 coming off a 3-2 victory earlier this afternoon against the Springfield Spirit. Ought to be a fun game with the merger with Carriage Club. Some of these kids have played with a lot of the Carriage Club kids over the years that'll be playing for Rockhurst, so might be a little bit of extra jaw-jacking going on between some of these kids. Hopefully all in good fun. Minute and a half left, and we'll get underway. So far on the season, the Knights have 3 players with 10 goals leading the way. That's Chase Bakta, Kingston Sanders, and Evan Com. Now, these stats are JV, varsity, and even the travel combined, so do not reflect just the varsity goals. Hoyt Bangs hanging right behind him with 9 goals. Leading the way with assists, Henry Zwellenberg with 10 on the season, both JV, varsity, and travel. Kingston Sanders in second with 7 goals, or 7 assists. And Jackson JC, he has 7 goals and 6 assists, so right up there too, along with Brett Dunlap sitting at 7 goals, 7 assists. So there are some of your leaders in the assists and the goal scoring for the Knights. Just in conference play, the Knights have 28 goals and given up 25. Rockhurst has 10 goals in their 9 games and has given up 52. So see if we can keep that scoring differential the same. All right, warm-ups are over. Let's see if they'll do lineups. It looks like they will, as I see some of the Hawklets taking their buckets off. We will go to the national anthem. All right, get our camera reset here. Give me just a minute as I'm doing both duties. All right, I think I got it set here. All right, we are ready. No introductions tonight. As we're running a little late, they're going to come straight out. So we'll start with Smith, Larson, and Banks. Braun and Frederick on the defense. Face-off comes near side. This will come over to Braun. Braun will try a cross-ice pass. Bounces off the wall. It goes right to Rockhurst. Held in by Larson. And now to pop out to neutral ice. Here comes Rockhurst up the left-hand side. Frederick will race back, send him down into the corner. Now they'll battle for puck in the corner. There's Frederick. It'll come up to Smith. Runs right into the ref. Can't get it cleared. Stays into the Knight zone. In comes Braun, takes a body check. That'll go around the back of the net. Frederick can't get a hold of it. Now Larson will come down. He'll grab it. Up the right-hand side will come Larson. He'll switch it over to Banks. Banks will bring it into the middle. Has a poke checked away. Stays to his backhand. Now loose puck. Grabbed by Larson as Banks goes down. Larson trips right over him, and he goes down. Puck stays in the corner. Now to Smith. Smith will backhand it right to Larson. Postaway will kick it off to the side. That'll go back behind the net to Larson. Over into the near corner. Up the wall towards Braun. Blocked by Rockhurst. Now foot race for the puck. Frederick will get there, and we're going to get a penalty. And this is going to be Braun for interference. He'll head off to the sin bin, and the Rockhurst will go to the power play. 13:44 remaining in the first. This will bring out Neal and Fortner, Brown and Com to work on killing this off. Face-off will be down in the Knight zone. Face-off will come to Com. He'll lose it in the corner. Now it pops into the middle of the ice. This will go to Fortner. Fortner will touch it up to Neal. Neal will bring it in, cross ice. Com had to put on the brakes. Now stolen by Fortner. He'll take it down into the corner and back around the backside of the net. Neal gets sniped by the red line on the circle, and he falls down. Here comes the Rockhurst Hawklets up the left-hand side. Big check. Bodies are flying early. Down goes Rockhurst. They'll try to clear it. They'll clear it up the right-hand side, left-hand side. This will come down all the way to Brown in the Knight zone. He'll look for a cross-ice pass to Neal. Neal will touch it. Can't control it. Rockhurst will get it in their own zone, send it back out to neutral ice. Now Com will send it back into the Hawklets zone. Neal will put a little forecheck on, make him make an early pass, cross ice. Now a big check by Com right at the blue line. He's trying to get it ahead to Neal, but Hawklets will send it down low. This will be grabbed by Brown. He'll put on the brakes behind the net. Now pressured by Rockhurst, loses the puck. Grabbed by Com. Com will look for the breakout. He'll peel back into his own zone, a little time and space. Now he's got Neal up the left-hand side. Up to Neal, down into the Rockhurst zone. Has it poked away, stolen by Rockhurst, back out to neutral ice. Now we'll get a back check by JC as he's checked in. Here comes James, he's checked in. Neal heads to the, nope, stays out. James is on the defense, so now Neal will go to the bench. JC will bring it up the right-hand side. Down by himself on the line change. Here comes Bakta, loose puck grabbed by JC. Backside of the net, shoots off the side of the netting. Pops right back out front. James can't hold it in. Here comes Rockhurst the other way. They'll take a shot, saved by Russo. That's going to come off to the near corner. Now around to the backside of the net. Frederick will backhand it. Zwellenberg is checked in. He's going to race after it down on the left-hand side. It's him and Bakta with a 2-on-1. Zwellenberg comes away with it down in the corner. That's the end of the penalty as Braun comes racing over to the bench. Sanders will check in. Now Bakta's got it down low. Back behind the net, Bakta. Coming up the near side will bring it to Sanders. Sanders will send it back to Bakta. Up front, saved by Postaway. Right back to Frederick. Has that one deflected. That comes straight to Bakta. Bakta will come in, backhand, shoots, scores! Kansas City goal! Number 5, Chase Bakta unassisted, and at 11:15 in the first, the Knights take the lead 1-0. Chikini, Dunlap, and Fortner check in. Brown and Prazel on the defense. One by Rockhurst. They'll send it down into the Knight zone. That's going to be icing. We'll turn around and face it off in the Rockhurst zone. Bakta going top shelf there as he skated in. Right over the shoulder of Pastaway. Face off down into the corner. A little body check. Here comes Rockhurst. Can't get it out of the zone. Hutch will hold it in. Glove saved by Pastaway. They'll jump on top of it. Blow it dead. Face off in the Rockhurst zone.
This game is brought to you by Meineke Car Care Centers of Kansas City. Trust your keys with Meineke.
Face-off grab by, big check by Fortner. Rockhurst comes away with it. They'll wrap it around the boards. Prazel races over, can't get to it. Now it's a foot race for the puck. Up the right-hand side, Rockhurst will get there first. Now here comes Dunlap with the back check. He'll wrap it around the boards to Fortner. Fortner will touch it to Smith out into the neutral zone. Now it'll be grabbed by Rockhurst. They'll lose it, comes to Fortner. Fortner will race in the left-hand side. Backside of the net, centers it up front. Rockhurst slaps it away, back out to neutral ice. This will come to Prazel. He'll send it off the boards, right back to Chikaini. Can't get there, a little check on the backside as he knocks one of the Hawklets down. Hawklets will send it into the night zone, down into the corner. Wrapped around the boards over to the far side. This is Larson, body check, puck hanging there. Now Chikaini comes in. Loose puck in the corner, Dunlap trying to clear it. Well, that's Prazel. Here comes Prazel. He'll check it off the boards, right to Larson. Larson will skate in. Fortner gets onside. Larson, postal weight with the save, goes off into the far corner. Held in by Banks. Now out into the neutral zone. This will be Frederick sending across ice to Braun. Braun will skate in right-hand side, up the boards. Loses it down into the corner. Continues to chase after the puck. Now it's Larson trying to dig for it. Still loose. Now it comes to Larson. Larson will skate around. He'll bring it high up to Frederick. Frederick will bring it back near side to Braun. Braun will send it. Glove save by Postlethwaite. And they'll blow that one dead and face off in the Rockhurst zone. It looks like the Knights are going to switch it up.
Michael Fortner, number 40. You're watching Knights hockey.
Smith will come in. Larson and Banks will stay out there along with Braun and Frederick. One back to Banks. He'll take a shot. Glove saved by Postlethwaite. Quick reaction on that wrister from Banks. That's the 8th shot on goal already for the Knights. Larson will win it back to Braun. Braun will send it into the corner to Smith. Smith will come down, tries to center it up front. Blocked by Postlethwaite. Pops up in the air right into his glove. Oops, sorry. Camera's off a little bit. Blow it dead. Face off in the Rockhurst zone again. This will bring in a line change. Everybody change it for the Knights. Niels, Wellenberg, and James will come in as the forwards. Com and Brown on the defense. Zwellenberg will win it to Neal. Neal will backhand it over to Com. Com sends it back down low. This will be grabbed by Zwellenberg. He'll take it around the backside of the net, puts on the brakes, comes back the other way. Now being pestered down low by one of the Rockhurst. That goes off in the corner. They'll try to clear it. That'll come to Brown. Bounces right over his stick. Now foot race for the puck. Rockhurst is going to get there first. Com coming back. They'll shoot. Save by Russo. Covers that one up. Right in the breadbasket. Nice save on the breakout by Rockhurst. Rockhurst will change everybody up. Knights will leave it the same, face off far corner. One by Rockhurst. They'll bring it up to the D. They'll send one towards the net, wide right of the net, comes over near side. Now they'll bring it up to their D. Neal will pressure. That shot goes wide left. Goes off to the far side to James. James will kick it out into the neutral zone, down into the Rockhurst zone. Neal will chase after, but they're going to call him offsides. Wellenberg stecks in right into the bench of Rockhurst, and we'll do it again. Wellenberg wins it back. This will come back into the night zone to Com. Com will race back, grab it behind the net. Peels back towards the corner. Up against the wall. Little time and space as he comes right up the middle. Right up the right-hand side, down into the wall. That'll come to Neal. Neal will send one. That's deflected up front by Com. Goes off into the corner. Comes right to Neal. He'll battle for it down low. Down he goes. Now a battle for it behind the net. That'll trickle out to Zwellenberg. Tries to send it up the wall. Bounces off one of the ref skates. Nice job by Prazel. He holds that in momentarily. Now the Rockhurst will send it into the night zone. That'll come right to Russo. He'll touch it up. Rockhurst with the line change. Prazel with a little time and space now across ice. It goes straight to Zwellenberg. Zwellenberg in the left-hand side. Shot gets deflected, goes into the glass, comes over near side. This will be grabbed by James. He'll lose it, and here comes Rockhurst the other way, up the left-hand side. Hutch will squeeze him up against the wall, loses the puck. Now it trickles back out into the middle of the ice. Cowan runs into James. James goes down. Cowan keeps skating, but here come the Knights with the puck the other way. Now Kingston will lose it. Down up against the wall. Sanders will send it around the wall. Right up to Praisel. Slap shot. Right into the gut of Postal Weight. They'll blow a dead face off in the Rockhurst zone. 6:59 remaining in the first. 1-0 Knights. JC, Bachta, and Sanders check in on the forward line. Frederick and Braun on the defense. Face-off comes to Sanders. He'll skate in, brings it up to Braun. Braun will skate in, takes a shot, deflected by Rockhurst right up front. Bachta will come back, hold it in. Now he gets it over to Sanders. Sanders will shoot off the post, comes near side over to Braun. Braun will send one, deflected by Rockhurst. That'll go behind the net, now grabbed by Rockhurst. Held in by Bachta momentarily. Now Sanders will grab it. He'll hold it in, down low. Centers it up front, nobody there for the Knights, as that'll come all the way over to Braun. Braun will send it back down low. Back around the net. Over to Bachta. He'll backhand it far corner to Sanders. Sanders will bring, or JC, right up to Sanders. That's held in by Praisel. Now it'll trickle out in the neutral zone to Braun. He'll cross ice. Over to JC. JC will bring it in right up the middle. He'll take a shot wide left of the net. Sanders holds it in, kicks it right back to JC into the corner. Now he'll lose it. Rockhurst will try to clear it up the neutral, middle of the ice through the neutral zone, up the left-hand side. He'll bring it into the forehand shot. Glove saved by Russo. Net came off. They blow it dead. We'll face it off in the Knight zone. 5:55 remaining in the first. Chikini, Dunlap, and Fortner check in. This will be also Hutch, Smith, and Praisel on the defense. Wrapped around the boards by Smith. Chikini can't get it cleared back around the backside of the net. This will come near side. Rockhurst will grab it. Loose puck as he fumbles it. Here comes Praisel the other direction. Sends it out in the neutral zone. Now Fortner will send it down into the Rockhurst zone. Right to Chikini. Chikini will send it to Dunlap. Saved by Postal Weight. Down into the corner it goes. Here comes Rockhurst up the near side. Big check by Praisel. Puck gets loose, goes all the way down behind the net. Grabbed by Fortner. Oh, he takes a big body check, loses the puck. Saved by Russo. Rebound, and that's a goal by Rockhurst. .5:14 remaining in the first. Rockhurst on the board.
This game is brought to you by Par Electric. Par puts people first.
Smith, Larson, and Banks check in on the forwards on this faceoff, won by Rockhurst. That'll come out to Com. Com will get it ahead to Larson. Larson ahead to Banks. Banks up the left-hand side to his backhand. Peels back to his forehand. Now looks for a cross ice. This will come to Com. He can't handle it. Comes out into the neutral zone. Com will come back, grab the puck into the Knight zone. Now he'll bring it in right to the middle. Off to the left-hand side. Takes the shot. Postal Weight with the save. They'll blow it dead, face it off in the Rockhurst zone. 4:46 remaining the first, tied at 1. One by Larson to Brown. Brown with a shot, saved by Postal Weight, kicked out right to Com. Com will send it over far side. Brown will race over to try to get it. Rockhurst will get there first, but can't get it cleared. Grabbed by Larson. has it poked away. Now Rockhurst will get it in the neutral zone. They'll try to break out the other direction, but loose puck grabbed by Banks. Banks will bring it back to Brown. Brown will chip it off the wall out in front, just in front of Smith. Rockhurst will grab that one. That's held in by Com. Com will come in. Shots! Post away with a save. Rebound! Off the post! Off to the far side. Larson holds it. Tries to get it to Smith. That was past him. That'll come all the way to the neutral zone. This will be grabbed by Frederick. Frederick will bring it up the right-hand side. Banks will chip it into the Rockhurst zone. They'll kick it back out to neutral ice. Frederick with a big body check right at the blue line. Puck goes into the Rockhurst zone up the near side. Frederick holds it in, sends it back down low. Neal's checked in. Larson's still in there. There's James. He's over far side, centers it, tries to get it to Neal. Races right out in front of him, bounces off the wall, but comes right back to Neal. Now up to Frederick. He'll send one that's wide right. Rockhurst will clear it. Out into the neutral zone, up the right-hand side. They'll send one towards Russo, right into the gut of Russo. They'll blow it dead, face off in the night zone. 3:24 remain in the first.
Trevor Larson, 25. You're watching Knights hockey.
Zwellenberg will step into the forward, comes right out front. That comes to Frederick. Frederick can't get it cleared. Rockhurst holds it in. Bounces one off of Braun. Now it comes loose, grabbed by Zwellenberg. Down goes Zwellenberg. We're going to get a penalty. Russo will try to race to the bench, get a sixth skater in. James up the left-hand side. There's Neal. Oh, Neal gets slammed into the wall by James. He's just a bowling ball rolling up. Here it comes up high to Braun. Braun will send one wide right, tip by Dunlap. Goes off to the far side to Frederick. He'll send it to Zwellenberg. 6 skaters out on the Knights. Now they'll wrap it around the boards. This will come back to James. They'll come D to D over towards Braun. And we're going to get a penalty up front. And we're going to get offsetting here. Neal's going to go to the box. It'll be a 5-on-5 skate. Didn't see what was happening between the two of them. They tied up in the front of the net. So they'll both be eligible to come out of the box after the 45-second mark, the first stoppage thereof. Could be the end of the period. They were saying 5-on-5, but it will not be. It'll be a Knights power play on the delayed penalty for tripping. Bachta, Dunlap, and Fortner in there, along with Com and Brown. Bachta will win it to Fortner. Fortner will backhand it over to Com. Com will skate in, takes a shot up front. That goes wide right. Comes over to the near side to Fortner. Fortner will wrap it around the boards, getting it to Dunlap. Dunlap will try to backhand it in the middle. Rockhurst will clear it. That'll be deflected. Comes all the way down to Russo. Russo will send it over to the corner to Brown. Brown can't. Does get it over to Com. Com will leave it for Brown, and now it'll be cleared up the right-hand side. Here comes Dunlap. Down into the corner. Dunlap will chase after it. Around the boards, he'll send it. Over to Brown. He'll send it back behind the net. Grabbed by Rockhurst. Held in by Com. Com will skate into his forehand. Through the middle. Backhands it over near side to Dunlap. Dunlap will send it across ice over to Brown. Couldn't handle the pass. Rockhurst will clear it out into the neutral zone. Back will come Com. Now he'll bring it up the right-hand side. Everybody stays on side. Com right to the middle. He'll take a shot. That goes high over the net. Off to the far side. Now down to the corner to Dunlap. Dunlap around the boards. Holds in by Com. 42 seconds left on the power play. Nice touch pass right back to Com. That's deflected, comes into the near corner. This will be grabbed by Fortner. Fortner brings it up to James. James will skate into his forehand. Way down deep in the left wing. Takes a shot. That's deflected off a Rockhurst skate. Com holds it in near the blue line. Wraps it around the boards. Rockhurst will grab it once again. Try to clear it. Held in by James. Now it's poked away just as... past JC. Here comes Rockhurst. They'll take a shot high up over the net. Centered back up front. That goes off of Rosso. Now it's cleared to the far end. That should be icing. They will blow it dead. With 1 second remaining on the penalty. Face off in the Knight zone. Larson, Banks, and Smith. Hutch and Prazel. Right after the puck drops, we'll go back to a 5-on-5. That's the end of the penalty. Rockhurst wins it. They'll send it up front. That's blocked by Prazel. Rockhurst holds it in, sends one wide of the net. Net comes off. They'll blow it dead. That'll bring out Neal and whoever he got a penalty with Rockhurst, as 36 seconds remains in the period. We are tied at 1. Face off over here in the Knight zone once again. Face off one to Hutch. Hutch will send it around the boards. Backside of the net, far corner. Over towards Bank. Rockhurst holds it in. Brings it back near side. Rockhurst will hold it in once again. Over to Larson. Now Larson gets his pocket pick. Now they'll send it up front. That's stolen by Banks. We got a 2-on-2. Banks ahead to Smith. Smith will bring it in the left-hand side. 15 seconds left. Poked off into the far wall. Still held by Smith. Now around to the backside to Larson. Larson will skate in. Brings it high up to Prazel at the blue line. Prazel will send one. That's deflected up into the netting. They'll blow it dead with 2.1 seconds remaining in the period. And that'll end the period. And after 1, we're tied at 1. Rockhurst the most efficient on their shots. 1 goal off of 6 shots. Knights took 17 on postal weight with 1 goal. Postal weight. Their goalie? Postal weight.
Do you know his first name?
All right, we're going to get ready for the second. JC, Bakta, and Sanders will check in on the forwards. Braun and Frederick on the defense. Face-off will come to Braun. Braun will chip it ahead to JC. JC will bring it in. Sanders stays onside. Shot off the right shoulder postal weight over to the near side. Here comes Rockhurst the other way. They'll take a shot. Glove saved by Russo. They'll blow it dead. Face off in the Knight zone, just underway into the second. Bachta will win it to Frederick. Frederick can't get it cleared. Comes back right to him now. He'll wrap it around the board's far side. Held in by Rockhurst. Centered up front. Now back check there by Sanders. Loose puck. This will be grabbed by Braun. Braun will bring it in the left-hand side. Tries to center it back to Sanders. Comes right to post away. He'll just grab that one. As it's sitting in front of the net. They'll blow it dead. Face off in the Rockhurst zone. Zwellenberg, Neal, James, Brown, and Com check in. Loose comes right to Neal, right under his skates, and it's cleared by Rockhurst. Cowan. Cowan will send it into the neutral zone. Com will race over there and grab it, send it back into the Rockhurst zone. Now grabbed by Rockhurst, popped up in the air by Zwellenberg. James is right there, can't get it, hold it in. Now Rockhurst will clear it. This should be an icing. Is icing, they'll blow it dead. Face-off will come back to the Rockhurst zone. Quick face-off goes right to Postlewaite. He gets a save, comes off to the near corner. Now James will work it up against the boards. Pops it over to Brown. Brown will take a shot, deflected by Neal, saved by Postlewaite, still loose up front. James with a shot, saved by Postlewaite. There's still loose puck out front. Now Postlewaite will jump on top of it. Zwellenberg got cleaned out. Landed on top of Postlewaite, and then a lot of pushing and shoving. Face off near side in the Hawklets zone. One down into the corner. Rockhurst trying to clear it up the right-hand side. They will get cleared as they chip it off the boards. Brown will race back after it. Gets it back into the neutral zone. Now grabbed by James. James will send it off. This will be grabbed by Zwellenberg. Zwellenberg to the right. Neal comes down right up in front. Gets tied up. Comes around the backside of the net. This will be grabbed by Neal. He'll bring it up to Brown. Brown at the blue line. Sends it far side to Zwellenberg. Shoots and scores! Kansas City goal! Number 97, Henry Zwellenberg. From number 53, Caleb Brown, and number 71, Chase Neal. And the Knights regain the lead at 13:07 left in the second. They lead 2-1. That'll come to Larson. Larson will win it back over to Prazel. He'll backhand it far side over to Smith. Smith brings it back near side to Prazel, chips it up the board. Now to be grabbed by Larson. Larson comes up the left-hand side. Banks to the middle, Smith to the right. Larson will lose it right to Banks in front. He'll shoot, saved by Postlewaite. Goes off to the far corner. Smith will come over. He'll backhand it over to other Smith. Hutch will send it down low to Larson. Back behind the net. Smith will continue to battle for it. Back to Banks. He'll send it around the boards. Larson will put a forecheck on, trying to grab that puck. Here comes Smith holding it in down low. Everybody's all tied up. Now Larson will finally come away with it. Gets it up to Banks. Banks will pull back right to his forehand. Got Smith cross ice. Now he'll send it to Prazel. He whiffs on the one-timer. Comes right to Smith. That's deflected and goes wide left. Comes over to Larson. Larson back to Banks. Banks back to Larson. Down into the corner, up the wall. This will come to Prazel. Prazel will go D to D over to Smith. Bounces right over his stick. Now here comes Cowan for Rockhurst. He'll bring it up the left-hand side. Sends it down into the Knight zone. And Rockhurst will get a line change. This will be grabbed by Prazel. Prazel will now send it cross ice. Bounces one hard off of Smith. And that goes right back down low Touched up by Russo. Grabbed by Prazel once again behind the net. Over to Smith. Touch pass to Larson. Larson, oh, big body check. He goes down. Puck comes down into the Rockhurst zone. That's going to be icing. Facing will come back into the Knight zone. Braun and Frederick checked in. Bacchus, Sanders, and JC. Bach to win it down in the corner. Grabbed by Braun. He'll send it around the backside of the net, near side, over towards Sanders. And Frederick. Finally, Sanders will come away with it up against the boards. He'll bring it up the left-hand side. He's got JC up ahead. He'll bring it in the left-hand side. Right to his forehand shot. Goes right off the post up into the netting. Play blown dead. Face off in the Rockhurst zone. Face-off comes to Sanders. Sanders will peel back right to his forehand. He'll take a shot. That's deflected up into the netting. They'll blow it dead. We'll do it again down here in the Rockhurst end. Bach will win this one to himself in the corner. Grabs it. Tries to cross ice to Brown. That's stolen by Rockhurst. Now Braun will poke it away momentarily. Rockhurst regains control. Now it's deflected, comes out to the Knights. Can't get it cleared up against the boards. Down into the corner it goes. Back behind the net to Braun. Braun will chip it ahead. Rockhurst holds it in. Comes right back to JC. He can't get it cleared. Now we got a penalty coming up on Rockhurst. Oh, they're going to get Braun with elbowing. We had control of the puck. He didn't like the call. And better to be careful. He's going to get a technical. And he just got a misconduct. And somebody else will go serve the penalty. Looks like that'll be Chikaini. Will head off to the sin bin as Braun got a 10-minute misconduct, so he'll be eligible to come back in. 30 seconds left in the period. Larson, Smith, Brown, and Com in to kill off this 2 minutes. Face-off won by Rockhurst. Pressured by Com, chipped up in the air. That goes into the netting. They'll blow it dead. We'll do it again. That's won by Larson. Grabbed by Smith. Now we got a delayed offside, so Brown will step in. Clear back out in the neutral zone, up ahead to Smith. He'll lose it right up against the walls. He got pinched by Rockhurst, and they'll bring it back the right-hand side. Now pop back out in the neutral zone by Larson. Down into the Rockhurst zone. They'll do a cross-ice pass, pressured by Smith. Now loose right back out into neutral. This will be grabbed by Brown. He can't get it cleared, held in by Rockhurst on the left-hand side. Pulls back to the middle. Now Brown will grab it once again, still loose up front. Down around the backside of the net. Goes off to the high D. Now he'll send it back down low. Wrapped around the boards by Rockhurst near side. Smith will come over. Forces them to make an early pass. Now they'll wrap it around the boards again, far side. This will be stolen by Com. Com will try to get it cleared. Held in by Rockhurst. Now it comes right to Brown. He'll whip one. That'll go all the way to the far end. This will be grabbed by Postal Weight. Pressured by Larson, chips it up in the air. Now loose puck, held in by Bo Smith, slapped down by Larson. Loose right up front, goes right out in front of Postal Weight, and here comes Rockhurst the other way. With some speed up the left-hand side. Com will send them wide. They'll put on the brakes. In comes Larson with a body check. Loose puck. And we're going to get a hand pass. That'll kick it out into the neutral zone. Hand pass by Rockhurst. Knights will change it up. Praisel and Hutch will come in, along with Dunlap and Fortner. 26 seconds remaining on the power play for Rockhurst, with the Knights leading 2-1, 8:55 remaining in the second. Cowan will step in for Rockhurst along with Dunlap. Cowan will come away with it down into the Knight zone. Now it's grabbed by Fortner. He'll clear it all the way back to postal weight. Pressured by Dunlap. Fortner, almost by Fortner. Couldn't quite keep it in. That'll be an offsides, face off at neutral ice. 13 seconds left in the penalty before we get Chikine on the ice. Cowan and Dunlap will step back in. Rockhurst with the last minute change here. And the ref saying, nope, we're not going to allow it. We had this in the JV game earlier with the Knights. They couldn't get a change in, so we'll keep the lines the same. Face-off one comes to Praisel. Praisel looking near side. Tap by Fortner down into the Hawklets zone. Now they'll kick it back out. This will come to Hutch. Hutch retreats back. That's the end of the power play for Rockhurst. Chikine out of the box onto the ice. Up the near side. Dunlap can't get it cleared. Fortner comes in with a little body check at the end. Blown dead. I think that was offsides, and we'll face it off at neutral ice. And the Knights will change it up. Frederick and James, Sanders, Bakta, and JC on the forwards. One by Bakta over to Frederick. Frederick will send it off the boards into the Hawklet zone. They'll go D to D, but nobody home. Bakta's going to race after it, can't quite get there. This will be held in by JC, though. He'll send it right up front to Bakta. Bakta with a shot wide left. Held in by James right up here towards the blue line. He bounces one. That bounces right off JC. Pops out to the middle of the ice. Now it's a foot race for the puck. James will get there first for the Knights. Bounces one off the boards. That goes down into the Rockhurst zone. They'll call icing. They'll blow it dead. Face off down in the Knight zone with 7:43 remaining in the second. Knights leading 2-1. Face-off's grabbed by Sanders. Sanders up the left-hand side. Up against the wall, peels back, tries to center it up front to a streaking Bakta. Bakta couldn't get that one. Pops over Frederick's stick. Back into the neutral zone. Knights will have to get back on side. They'll send it back into the Hawklet zone. Oh! Cowan tried to clear that one out near side. It bounced off a defensive player's skate, went right to postal weight. Good thing he was paying attention. He jumped on top of it. Oh, that wasn't Cowan. That's 18, not 16. Rockhurst almost scored himself. That's face-off comes to Sanders. Sanders down low. Rockhurst lost their bucket, so they blow it dead. And we'll face it off in Rockhurst zone. Bakta, Sanders, JC in there. James and Frederick. Face-off grab by Bakta to James. James will send one wide right of the net. Goes off to the far side. Frederick will hold it in and send it back down low. Back behind the net. Body check there by Sanders. Rockhurst will get it. Can't get it cleared. James will hold it in. Battles for it. Takes it down into the corner. Down around the backside of the net. Looking to center it up to Bakta. Bakta will send it over to Frederick. Up the right-hand side. Has it poked away by Rockhurst. Sent off into the far corner. Now up the boards. Bakta will hold that in. Sends it back down low. Rockhurst will grab this one around the boards. Ooh, big check. Down goes JC. Now it's cleared by Rockhurst. That comes all the way down into the Knight zone. Should be blown dead. Nope, that must have been touched by the Knights. Sanders will grab this one backside of the net. Loses it off his backhand. And we're going to get a penalty on Rockhurst for hooking. And the Knights will go to the power play with 6:25 remaining in the second, leading 2-1.
This KC Knights power play is brought to you by Par Electric.
Bakta, Dunlap, and Fortner in on the forwards. Com and Brown on the defense. Face off near side in the Rockhurst zone. Knights are on the power play. 2 minutes for hooking. Face off grab by Dunlap. That comes to Brown. Brown will cross ice over to Com. Com will send one deflected up front. Now the deflection goes wide of the net. This will be grabbed by Bakta. Bakta down low, right to his forehand. Now peels back around towards the wall. Little time and space. Has a shot or pass deflected by Cowan. Comes right to Brown. Slapper. That bounces off of Rockhurst. Com keeps it in. Comes straight to Fortner. Fortner shoots. Post away with a save. Now another save. And now we got some pushing and shoving up front. Oh, we got a fight. Broken up and stopped quickly as Fortner and Postaway got into it right in front. Oh, and they kicked Postaway out. And that'll bring in Houlihan's, their backup. Let's see what they're calling here on penalties. That's a game misconduct. Somebody should go to the box. It might be even a 5-minute. And Rockhurst will send one across. We'll just see if it's 2 minutes or 5 minutes. And with a game misconduct, he won't be able to play tomorrow either, so. Rockhurst has 4 on the ice, but it should be 3. Refs are bringing a couple of the captains together. Dunlap is the assistant, along with one of Rockhurst's. So that was a 5-minute major, so that'll be a non-expiring on the 5 minutes. So the Knights will have a 5-on-3 for a minute and a half, and then a 5-on-4 after that for another, 3 minutes and 27 seconds. That'll be non-expiring whether they score goals or not. And with that game misconduct on the punch there to Fortner, Postaway will not be able to play tomorrow in the rematch in the morning. So coming out on this 5-on-4 or 5-on-3 will be Fortner, Zwellenberg, and who's over there? Bakta. believe that is. Along with Com and Brown. 5-on-3 for the next minute and 33 seconds. Face off one down in the corner by Rockhurst. They'll clear it all the way down into the Knights zone. Bounces off the boards. This will be touched up by Russo behind the net. Brown will retreat back for it. Take it with some speed up the right-hand side. Chips it down into the Rockhurst zone. Back behind the net. Rockhurst will try to clear it. Com's there to hold it in. Now across ice over to Bakta. Bakta will peel back a little time and space, setting it up. Right at the blue line. Brings it near side to Brown. Back over to Com. Big shot! Shoots and scores! Kansas City goal! Number 10, Evan Com, from number 53, Caleb Brown, and number 5, Chase Bakta. That is a power play goal for the Knights. Now it'll be a 5-on-4 skate for the next 4:27, as that was a major penalty by Postal Weight. So this will be non-expiring. Larson, Zwellenberg, Sanders in. Face-off comes back to James. James will send it ahead to Larson. Larson to Zwellenberg. He'll drop it for Sanders. Shoots, glove saved by Houlihan. Face off won by Zwellenberg to Sanders. He'll drop it for James. James will skate in. Shot goes wide left. Now held in by Sanders. Sanders to his backhand. Tries to center it up front. Pops up in the air. Sanders will take a shot. Saved by Houlihan. Now right back up front to Sanders. Saved by Houlihan. Comes off to the near side. This will be grabbed by James. James and Zwellenberg looking at each other. Nobody knew who was going to grab it. Finally it goes to James. He'll send it out in the neutral zone to Sanders. Knights have to get back onside. Now cleared into the Hawklets zone. They will clear it all the way down to the far end. This will be touched up by Russo and grabbed by James. James to the left. Brings it into his forehand left side. Skates out deep. Back behind the net. Now he'll bring it high to JC. JC will bring it near side to Larson. Larson right back to JC. Skates to the point. Goes off to the far side to Sanders. Back up to JC. He'll take a shot. Deflected by the Hawklets up front. Comes back to Sanders. Left for James. James will send it cross ice to Zwellenberg. Right to the forehand center. Glove saved by Houlihan. Dead, and we'll face it off in the Hawklet zone once again. 3:26 remaining the second. 3-1 Knights. 2:59 remaining on the power play for the Knights. Brown and Com will check in. Fortner, Dunlap, and Bakta. One over to Fortner. Fortner will chip it off the boards to Brown up here at the blue line. Now back down low to Fortner, right to his forehand, he'll shoot. Loose up front, saved by Houlihan. Now grabbed behind the net by Bakta. Bakta in the corner. Hawklets will clear it out into the neutral zone. This will come all the way into the Knight zone, grabbed by Com. He'll peel back for some time and space, pressured by Cowan. He'll come around Cowan. Now brings it up the left-hand side. In comes Com to the left. Whiffed on the shot, goes wide of the net, goes off to the far side, grabbed by Fortner. Fortner will send it down low to Bakta. Bakta under, between his legs, comes over near side. Back to Com. Com will pull back right to his forehand. He'll take a shot. Houlihan with a save. Comes high to Brown. Brown will send it over near side to Com. Com crosses ice. Oh, Bakta was wide open, couldn't get the pass handled. Cowan will try to clear it for the Hawklets. Can't get it cleared to Fortner. Fortner to Com. Com looking. Now he'll send one. Houlihan with a save. Loose right up front. Shoots and scores! scores! Number 40, Michael Fortner. From number 10, Evan Kahn. Another power play goal for the Knights. They lead 4-1 with 2:43 remaining in the second, 1:45 remaining on the power play. Sanders, Wellenberg, Banks, JC, and James. That'll be sent into Sanders. Sanders comes down low, wrapped around the backside of the net. Loses the puck. Rockhurst tries to clear it. Banks holds it in momentarily. Now Rockhurst clears it out in the neutral zone. This will come to JC. JC hard off the far side over to Zwellenberg. Zwellenberg back to JC, now back to James. James will skate in, right to the forehand, loses it up front. Houlihan will jump on top of it. They'll blow it dead. Face off in the Rockhurst zone. 1:13 remaining in the power play. Zwellenberg will step into center. Banks is the left. Sanders to the right. James and JC on the defense. Rockhurst wins this one. Now they'll look to clear it. Held in momentarily by Zwellenberg. Can't keep it in, and now that's going to be an offsides. It trickled back into the Rockhurst zone. Face off neutral ice. 1:06 remaining in the power play. Face off comes to James. James will send it far side to Sanders. Sanders will bring it in, loses it right over to Banks. Banks' shot goes wide of the net. Comes over, grabs his own rebound near side. Puts a little hip check in with the puck. Now he'll drop it for James. James will skate in. Banks will rotate around towards the middle. Looking for that center pass right to Zwellenberg. Saved by Houlihan. Now to Banks. Banks to James. James up high. Skates in. Shot! Blocker saved by Houlihan. Goes off the glass. Banks will battle for it down low. Comes away with it. Right to his forehand. Shot! Just over the top of the net. Rockhurst will clear it out into the neutral zone. 20 seconds remaining in the power play. All the way down to Russo. He'll touch it up for JC. Back behind the net. Over to James near side. Now grabbed by Zwellenberg at the blue line. Zwellenberg over to Banks. Banks shot. Houlihan with a save up into the glass. Grabbed by Zwellenberg. He'll bring it high up to JC. That's the end of the power play. Shot goes wide of the net. Rockhurst back to full strength. Poked away by Rockhurst just as they come out of the bench. Oh, big check. That's going to be Banks going to the bench on that one. Not sure if it was a check or they just ran into each other, but the Rockhurst player is down. Banks is going to go to the bench. 43.8 seconds remaining in the period. Rockhurst will go to the power play. Hutch, Smith, and Frederick have checked in on the defense. Let's see who coach brings out for the forwards. That'll be Larson and Smith. Puck tied up, now backhanded by Smith. That'll come out into the neutral zone. Rockhurst will race back for it. Smith's going to come racing right after him, putting a forecheck on. They'll come D to D. Now they'll look to cross ice. Poked away by Hutch. Loose puck at the red line. Now the Rockhurst will dump it back into the Knight zone. This will be grabbed by Russo. Over to Frederick. Frederick to Hutch. Hutch will clear it down into the Rockhurst zone. Nobody wants it, so Smith will come over and grab it. Centers it up front. Larson can't get a handle on it as he goes down. Rockhurst will come away backside of the net. 3, 2, 1. That's the end of the second period. And after 2, it's the Knights 4 and Rockhurst 1. Everybody will head to the locker rooms and we'll shave the ice. 10 to 15 minute intermission here. Rockhurst will start the third on the power play. 1:17 left on that.
No, I saw you. How are you? What a great game. Right?
That's what you get for Christmas? I'm digging it.
All right, intermission's over. Ice has been shaved. We head off to the third with the Knights leading 4-1. Rockhurst will start the third on a power play. Minute 17 left on that. Oh, that's right. Braun's still in the box because the 10-minute starts after the 2. So he should be ready to come out. First stoppage somewhere around the 13-minute mark. 13 and a half minutes, something like that. All right, this will bring out Chikini, Neal, James, and Frederick. Chikini will step into the center spot. Neal will go to the winger. We'll get Banks out of here in the next minute 17. Braun somewhere there shortly after. Rockhurst to the power play, waiting on their last skater. Here they come. And Chikini will win it back. This will come back into the Knight zone. Grabbed by Frederick. Hard off the boards. Slams it down into the Rockhurst zone. They'll chase after down into the corner. Neal will put a little forecheck on it. They'll wrap it around the boards. All the way around. That should be an icing. Nope, they waved that one off. So touched up by Russo. Oh, a little forecheck there. Almost stolen from James. Now he'll send it all the way past Houlihan down into the Rockhurst zone once again. Now grabbed by Rockhurst, backside of the net. Now they'll clear it out into the neutral zone. Up the center, that's poked away there by James. Now grabbed by Neal up against the boards. Down into the Rockhurst zone, into the corner. He'll chase after it. Rockhurst will send it, rides the rail there. Now comes out to Connor Cowan. He'll get a little back check by Neal. They'll go after it each other. Now dropped down by Frederick. Rockhurst will grab this. 20 seconds left on the Rockhurst power play. Connor Cowan played with Chase and a few other players a couple years ago. Banks, Brody Prather from the JV team. There's a shot. That's blocked right up front by Cowan. Now it pops out right to the front of the ice. That shot goes wide left. Charlie Larson played with him a couple years ago, so some of these players are familiar with each other. Banks is out of the box. Knights kill off the power play. Down into the Knight zone. This will come backside to Frederick. Can't get it cleared. Now it'll be touched by James right to Banks. Banks goes left. Smith is checked in. He'll come to the center. Banks will pull back. Got to Larson. Larson can't get a handle on it. That comes to Prazel. Prazel kept it in right at the blue line. Saved by Houlihan. That comes near side. Up to Larson. He'll send it behind the net over to Smith. Smith will send it high up to Banks. Banks looking, backhands it over towards Prazel. Prazel will send it back down low to Larson. Larson off the boards back to Prazel. He'll skate in. He'll send a shot, goes wide of the net over near side. Held in by Prazel as he skated over from the far side. Holds it in. Larson down low. Smith's in there also. Rockhurst comes away with it. Backhands it. This will be held in by Prazel near side. He'll backhand it across over to Hutch. Hutch will send one. Houlihan with a saves. Loose up front. Comes right back out to Hutch. Over to Prazel. Prazel will skate in. He'll send a shot. Houlihan with another save. Clear back out by Rockhurst. Up the left-hand side they'll come. Now they'll dump it. That's wide left, and we're going to get a penalty. Roughing on the hit right there as they cleared it into the Knight zone. Braun finally comes out of the box. Larson will go in. He'll go to the sin bin for 2 minutes for roughing. Rockhurst goes back out on the power play with 12:14 remaining in the game. Sanders and Zwellenberg will check in along with Com and Brown. One by Rockhurst, popped up. That goes into the glove of Brown. Brown will slap it down, sends it out in the neutral zone. Down into the Rockhurst zone. Zwellenberg will chase after. Rockhurst will get there around the backside of the net. Up the far side. Sanders trying to hold it in. Now it comes into the neutral zone. He'll be back checked by Rockhurst. Loses the puck. Goes back and grabs it. Sends it into the neutral zone to Zwellenberg. Now it'll bounce around. Finally comes back to Rockhurst. Nice back check there by Brown as he lifts the stick. Rockhurst sends it into the corner over to Com. Com will saucer it out into the neutral zone, down into the Rockhurst zone. Zwellenberg will slowly skate back there. Rockhurst will get to it first. Now he'll back check it. And we're going to get a high stick. Rockhurst touched it up, so they'll blow it dead, and we'll face it off in the Rockhurst zone. James is checked in along with Frederick on the defense. We'll keep Zwellenberg and Sanders out there on the forward line. 11:32 remaining in the game. Rockhurst on the power play for another minute 18. Face-off grab by Zwellenberg right up front. Loose now, grab by Rockhurst. Up the left-hand side, Rockhurst will come. Down into the night zone. This will come straight to Russo. Russo will kick it off to the side over towards James. James will saucer it all the way down into the Rockhurst zone. Takes a bounce off the boards right to Houlihan. He'll kick it behind the net. Nice body check there by Sanders. Loose puck far side. Cowan and Zwellenberg will work at it. Rockhurst comes away with it. They'll send a shot wide left of the net. Comes over near side to Cowan. Cowan to try to center it. This is stolen by James. James will bang it up the middle. Got Zwellenberg to the right, to the left, to his forehand. Sends one down deep. Looks to wrap around, centers it up front to Zwellenberg. Right past him, straight to Sanders. Saved by Houlihan. That goes up into the net. Face off in the Rockhurst zone. Bachta and JC will check in. Hutch and Prazel on the defense. 28 seconds remaining on the roughing penalty by Larson. Rockhurst will win the face-off. Now back behind the net, goes off to the far corner. JC's over there. Rockhurst comes away with it up the boards. Chipped out into the neutral zone. JC with the back check, gets the steal. That goes to Prazel. Prazel has it poked away down into the corner. Looks to pull it back. Comes right to JC, right up front. Nobody there for the Knights. Bachta will come over, holds it up against the boards, sends one up front. This is grabbed by JC, backside of the net. Center comes right to Hutch. Hutch will bounce one off the shin guards of one of the Rockhurst players. And now Hutch is going to go to the box. Cross check was right up high, so just as Larson comes out, Smith goes in. Rockhurst will stay on the power play. 2 minutes for cross-checking. 10:07 remaining in the game. Knights leading 4-1. Brown and Prazel. Knights have too many players out here. Two got to go to the bench. Larson, Smith, Brown, and Com. Face-off grab by the Hawklets over into the corner. Now wrapped around the backside of the net. That'll come near side. Up against the boards up high. Now they'll send it back down low. Deflected by Com off his skate. He'll take it around the backside of the net. Right up front. Now we got to break out the other way. 3-on-2 for the Knights. Com to the middle. Smith. Com will go left. He'll take a shot. Houlihan with a save. Smith comes and holds it in down in the corner. Now loose. Grabbed by Com. He'll backhand it. This will be grabbed by Cowan for Rockhurst. Chipped out into the neutral zone. Now sent back into the Rockhurst zone. Delayed offsides. Rockhurst will grab this one easily. Now they'll cross it over near side. Just past Larson. He almost blocked it with his body. Rockhurst will bring it in left-hand side. Glove save by Russo. Blown dead. Face off in the night zone. 9:18 remaining in the game. Wow, 44 shots on goal for the Knights. 4 goals. Rockhurst, that was their 11th shot, 1 goal. Jacquini and Neal check in along with Frederick and James. Rockhurst will win another face-off. They've been really good at that tonight. Comes up high. That's deflected off Jacquini, deflected over far side. Now it comes to Chikini. That'll be blocked by the Hawklets momentarily. Now to be grabbed by Frederick. He can't get it into the Knight zone. Rockhurst will send it down. That's going to be an icing. And we'll face it off on the Rockhurst end. 52 seconds remaining on the power play for Rockhurst. Face off down into the corner. Rockhurst will try to clear it. James is going to hold it in. He's going to pull back towards the middle. Comes around to his backhand. Now he'll drop it for Frederick right up front. He'll send one. That's deflecting, goes wide. That'll come straight to Neal. Backside of the net. Down into the corner. He'll go around Cowan. Now lose the puck. Cowan will try to clear it. Held in by Frederick just out in front of Neal. Now Rockhurst will clear it into the neutral zone. Goes far side. This will come over towards Chikini. He'll send it up the boards past Neal. Rockhurst will send it back into the Knight zone. Rockhurst comes away with it, skates in. Saved by Russo right into the gut. They'll blow that one dead. Face off in the Knight zone. Dunlap will check in for Neal. Chikini's going to come off. Frederick will be in there along with Fortner and James. One by Rockhurst again. Whiffs on the wrister. Dunlap couldn't quite get it cleared. Shot goes wide of the net. Off to the far side. Frederick's over there. Loose puck stays in the corner. Pops over the net. Comes right to Fortner. Fortner can't get it cleared. Rockhurst holds it in. Whiffs on the shot. Now Frederick will try to send it around the boards. This shot's deflected by Fortner. Goes off into the far corner. Now centered up front to Rockhurst. Backhand saved by Russo. Now grabbed by Fortner as it was sitting right in front of the net. Fortner will bring it up the right-hand side. To the middle, has it poked away. Now grabbed by Zwellenberg. Zwellenberg will take it into the corner. Peels back around. Pulls back to his forehand. Now he'll look to, comes right to the middle of the net. Drops it for James. James will send one deflected by Rockhurst. Nice back check by Dunlap, but keeps it into the Rockhurst zone momentarily. Now they'll send it over far side. Up front, that'll go past everybody right to Russo. Russo will bring it over near side to Frederick. Bounces off a Rockhurst player straight to James. James will bring it in, takes a shot, deflecting, goes wide of the net. Around the boards it goes. That'll, Nice job by Fortner as he slowed that up. I thought Cowan was going to get a breakout. He shoots one, deflected by Russo, goes up into the net. Fortner probably just saved a one-on-one against Russo. Knights kill off the penalty. They're back to full strength. This will be Sanders, Bakta, and JC, along with Com and Prazel. Face-off grab by the Rockhurst. That'll come back over to Com. Com will chip it off the boards, trying to get it to JC, but comes to, that's going to be an offsides.
This game is brought to you by Meineke Car Care Centers of Kansas City. Trust your keys with Meineke.
Face-off neutral ice, near side, right in front of the Rockhurst bench. 6:35 remaining in the game. Knights leading 4-1. Bakta will win it over to JC. JC will send it backwards towards Prazel. Now behind the net. Nice forward check by Rockhurst. Gets the steal, centers it up front. Can't handle that pass, and here come the Knights the other way. Now Prazel will bring it over right-hand side to Com. Com will bring it in, pulls back to the forehand, right up front. He'll take a shot, saved by Houlihan, goes up into the net. They'll blow that one dead. Face-off will be in the Rockhurst end. Slapped down by Rockhurst. Quick shot there by JC. Held it. Oh, no, just called it offsides. I thought Bakta held that one in as Rockhurst tried to clear it. Faceoff will come out to neutral ice. Banks and Smith will check in along with Larson. Tom and Prazel will stay in on the defense. Larson will win it back. This comes to Com. Up against the wall. He'll bring it in the right-hand side, right to the middle. Takes a shot, saved by Houlihan, goes off to the side. Comes right back to Com. He'll take another shot, another save by Houlihan. Now goes up against back of the boards to Smith. Smith will get pinned up against the boards. Puck finally comes out near side. That'll come to Cowan. Cowan will clear it out up front. Round Prazel. Now we're going to get a hooking on Prazel. Rockhurst back to another power play on the hooking penalty from Hayden Prazel. Face-off will be in the night zone. Smith and James check in on the defense. Dunlap and Fortner on the forward line. Rockhurst with another face-off win. They'll send one up front. Deflected, goes off to the far corner, far boards. Held in up front. They'll take a shot. Goes wide right of the net. Comes over near side towards Dunlap. Now James will get it. He'll send it out into the Rockhurst zone. 5:05 remaining in the game. 1:42 remaining on the power play. Now it clears it up near side. Rockhurst up the left-hand side. Back check by Fortner. Down goes the Rockhurst player. Loses the puck. Smith will try to get it down low. Comes right back to Rockhurst. They'll skate in. Saved by Russo off a stick. Now to James. James will bring it back right up the middle. Clears it out into the neutral zone. Grabbed by Rockhurst. 4:38 remaining in the game. Loose puck comes into the night zone. This will be grabbed by Dunlap. He'll backhand it far side. This will go to James. James will clear it back towards Houlihan. Into the Rockhurst zone. Line change here for the Knights. In comes Chikini. Dunlap will stay in. Rockhurst up the right-hand side. Dumps it down into the night zone. We'll go back behind the net. Cowan will get there first for Rockhurst. They'll take a shot right to Russo. He'll jump on top of it. They'll blow it dead. Face off in the night zone with 4:09 remaining in the game. 47 seconds remaining on the power play for Rockhurst.
This game is brought to you by Par Electric. Par puts people first.
Neal and Chikini in. Neal will step into the center spot. Com and Frederick in there. Out into the neutral zone comes the puck, grabbed by Rockhurst. Now they'll dump it straight towards Russo. He'll save that one. They were offsides when they sent it in, so this will go all the way to the Rockhurst end, and we'll face it off down there. As Rockhurst had not gotten back onside yet when they took that shot towards Russo. Neal pokes Cowan. I don't think he paid any attention to the poke. Face-off won by Rockhurst. Slaps it off the boards. Held in by Frederick. Momentarily. Now grabbed by Cowan. Almost stolen by Neal. Neal will go battle for it up against the wall far side. Pinched up against the boards. Trickles out into the Rockhurst zone. Now they'll send it out into the night zone. This will be grabbed by Com. Com will try to cross ice pass. That goes behind Chikini. Grabbed by the Hawklets. Backside of the net. Off the boards. Com will hold it in. Skates in the left-hand side. It's got Chikini towards the middle. He'll send it up the boards to Neal. Neal will skate in. He'll bring it over near side to Frederick. Frederick will send one poked away by Callahan. Oh, cleared out the front by Chikini. Houlihan will jump on top of it. They'll blow it dead. .3:17 remaining in the game. that's the end of the power play for Rockhurst. So Zwellenberg, Chikini, Neal, Hutch, and James in for the Knights. Finally grabbed by Rockhurst. Neal with the back check. Can't keep it in the zone. Here comes Rockhurst the other way. Now they'll send one to Russo. He'll hit it with his glove. Leaves it for James. James will wheel around the backside of the net. Chips it up the boards trying to get it to Neal. Neal will backhand it trying to get it across ice to Zwellenberg. That's picked up there by Rockhurst momentarily. Now Zwellenberg will grab it. Tiny thought he was offsides. This clearing pass by Rockhurst was out into the netting. They'll blow it dead and we'll face it off in the Rockhurst zone with 2:48 remaining in the game. Bachta, JC, and Sanders will check in on the forwards line. Smith, Hutch Smith, and James are in on the defense. His face-off grab by Bachta. He'll skate right to the middle to his forehand. Takes a shot, shoots, and scores! Kansas City goal! Number 5, Chase Bachta, unassisted. And with 2:40 remaining in the game, Knights lead 5-1. Face-off won by the Knights. Bachta will dump it down into the Rockhurst zone. Looks over their shoulder. Sanders is chasing after it. Bachta, Sanders, and JC all up against the wall, poking at the puck. JC comes away with it. He gets it to Bachta. Bachta to his backhand. Now backhanded over towards James. James will skate in. He'll take a shot. Houlihan with a save. .212 remaining. They'll blow a dead face-off in the Rockhurst zone. Banks, Larson, and Smith will check in. Frederick and Prazel on the defense. Larson will win it to Prazel. Prazel pulls back to his forehand. Skates it in. Shot goes wide left of the net. Comes over near side to Frederick. Frederick takes a shot. Big body check. Down goes Cowan. Puck pops out into the middle of the ice. Grabbed by Rockhurst. They can't get it cleared as they bounce one off Smith. Now Frederick will try to hold it in. Can't get it in there. Now it pops out right to Banks. Banks will skate into the right. Back to his backhand. Backhands Houlihan with a save. Banks comes away with it. Backside of the net. Right to Frederick. He'll take a shot. Was going wide right. Deflected by Rockhurst. Now it comes off to the near corner. Smith will chase after it. Pops it up in the air. Right to Larson. Larson across ice to Banks. Quick shot right over the net. This will come out into the neutral zone. That'll be grabbed by Prazel. Knights will have to get onside. Everything kind of slows down, leading 5-1. 1:15 remaining. Prazel bounces one backhand to Banks off the boards. Now down into the Rockhurst zone. Rockhurst grabs it this time. Now they'll get it cleared. Frederick will come over far side. Big body check. Rockhurst comes away with it. Prazel, big body check on the backside as he nice retreat back by Prazel. Gets that back check in. Saves the shot. Now we got a penalty coming up. This is going to be on the Knights. Now it's grabbed by Larson. They'll touch it up. We're going to get a elbowing. This is going to be on Larson. So with 42.9 seconds remaining in the game, Rockhurst to another power play. Face-off will be in the Knight zone. Neal and Chikini in there along with Com and James. One down into the corner to Com. Com will slap it around the boards. Rockhurst will race over, holds it in, sends it up front, deflected, goes wide of the net. Rockhurst holds it in one more time. Sends one up front, deflected. We got a delayed penalty coming up. And this is going to be on the Knights also. And this is going to be on Chikini for roughing. And Rockhurst will have a 5-on-3 with 22 seconds left. Neal will step into the center slot. We got James and Com in there. 5-on-3 for Rockhurst. Neal will win it to Com. Com will bring it in, up the center. Now he'll kick it over to the right to Neal. And I'm not sure what that call is, but it's on Rockhurst. I think that's charging. And it'll be a 5-on-4. Neal will stay out there. Nope, Neal will go to the bench. Banks will come out. Tom and James. And that's a misconduct. So he'll just head to the locker room with 11 seconds remaining in the game. Somebody else will go serve it. I don't know, they just had the wrong player, I guess. Tom with the shot, goes off far side to James. James will send one. Houlihan with another save. Tom dives, tried to keep it in. Now Rockers will come with it. That's the end of the game. So the Knights will get a 5-1 victory. We'll be back tomorrow, 9:45 puck drop in Independence for a rematch with these Rockhurst Hawklets. All right, thanks for joining us from Blue Hawk here out in Overland Park. Final score, Knights 5, Rockhurst 1. We'll see you in the morning, 9:45 for puck drop.